Passes to Smith. Lets the three fly. Miller, no luck. And Chris Bosh posted up a lot more, it seemed, to Clark in Toronto and Miami. It become primarily a face-up threat.
And I think that's where he's most comfortable, Kevin. More of a slender build. He takes advantage of his quickness more than his strength, so facing up is really where he's been most effective.
Well, I love it. He gets there first, absorbs the contact. Nice play defensively.
No flop there. He took that one right in the chest.
Dwayne Wade, he's checked in for Miami. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Now here's LeBron. He's got 12. Left side, Dang. Wade outside. Bosh kicks to Chalmers. Anderson a screen on Irving. Chalmers dishes to Bosh. Wade sets the pick for Bosh. Just 5 to shoot. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Now it's just a 3-point Cavalier lead. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Now James, the screen from Thompson. Smith with it. Wade picks him up. Smith drives in. And another miss by Cleveland. Miami has gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Dang, a screen on Smith. The kick out to Anderson. Over in the corner, Chalmers. Wade outside. 6 to shoot. Wade against Smith. And there's the feed to James. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. James has got 6 in the quarter.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
1:25 left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Chalmers. Bosh sets the pick for Chalmers. Kicks it to Bosh. Clock at 4. Bosh double teamed. The Heat need to get a shot off. And stolen by LeBron. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
And so here is Miami following the score by Cleveland. Bosh kicks to Dang. Chalmers against Irving. Here's Bosh. Cavaliers with the rebound. Miller outside. Dishes it to Irving. James outside. Thompson a screen on Wade. James the pass to Smith. Here's Irving. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And here comes Dang. He's got 6. Back to Wade. The kick out to Dang. 14 feet away. What a play! He simply trains it in at the buzzer.
Pretty shot without a second to spare.
That can be so demoralizing for the team that gives up a shot like that to close out a quarter.
And a tight game here as we end the first half. Cavaliers lead by 5. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with Eric Spoelstra. And, Coach, tell us what you want.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. You look at Chris Bosh in this game, I mean, he's been everywhere.
Boy, you wonder how long he can continue to shoot the 3-ball as well as he has to this point. He's been lights out.
Steve, you know that as well as anyone being the shooter you were. Sometimes you have those nights, where the bucket looks 3 feet wide.
On the perimeter, Wade and Dang. Chris Bosh is out there with Whiteside, and it's Dragic in at the point guard. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with.
The Cavs just never really built any consistency last year for long stretches. And, you know, when that happens, it's hard to get wins away from home.
Now here's Wade. Lets it go with the three. Another shot. Right side, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 8. Outside Irving. Mozgov dishes to James. The pass to Mozgov. Cleveland moving it around, and it's Thompson with the jam. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
Cleveland, as you said, struggling on the road last year. Only 14 road wins. That's not going to cut it. Feeds it to Dang. And it's Wade in the corner. Wade, right side. The step back jumper is good. Wade's got 7 points in the game. Well, a big part of the problem for Cleveland last year was talent on the roster, so you can assume things will be different. Clark on the road for him this season.
Things are going to be different in a lot of ways as long as LeBron is leading the way. And they'll be on the same page. He'll make sure of that. So look for a lot different outcomes in Cleveland. He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Outside Dragic. Shot from free throw range. Good on that shot. And with that, the Cavalier lead is cut back down to 8 points. They needed that one from Dwayne Wade. Dragic against Irving. Thompson, a screen on Dragic. Smith outside. Baseline jumper. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Timeout called, the Heat. And LeBron asked who would be on his Mount Rushmore of NBA great, Steve. He went with Larry. He went with Michael Jordan and Oscar Robertson.
Well, you got to feel like he probably can sort of associate himself with the Big O. You know, the big body, the strength, the versatility. That's what Oscar was all about. That's what LeBron is all about. So nice to see LeBron's recognition of that era of the NBA.
Hard to argue with those selections. He also said he'd better be up there too, and I would agree with that.
Here's Dragic following the basket by LeBron James. Dragic kicks to Wade. Here's Bosh. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got 7 rebounds in the game. Smith the pass to LeBron. Back to Smith. He dishes it to Thompson. Poke loose. Leaps for it. That's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession.
8 seconds of the shot clock. 8.
And so it's Cleveland with it. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Shot clock at 3. Thompson for the triple.
4 for 5 so far. That's their first miss of the second half.
Outside Bosh, and it's Dang in the corner. Out to the right wing. Wade left side. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Smith's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
He has not been on his game, and you know their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
And here's James outside. James with another miss. The Heat trail by 10. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Well, guys, the Cavs' David Blatt, the first ever NBA head coach directly hired from the international ranks. Though he grew up near Boston, a die-hard Celtics fan, he represents all the aspiring NBA coaches from abroad, saying, quote, "I feel a great sense of responsibility. I feel like I've got to do a good job." Kevin, he's certainly got the personnel to do it.
A roster loaded with talent, Doris. Indeed. Thank you. And so Bosch nails both of them.
You could point to a number of reasons why the Heat were so dominant at home last year, but one that stuck out to me, guys, was just how efficient they were offensively.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 20. He feeds it to Mozgov. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Mozgov's got the lead up to 10 now for the Cavs. The Heat have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Dragic kicks to Wade. The shot from the low post is good. Wade's got 11 points.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
Thompson sets the pick for Irving. Pass to LeBron. Fades away. Another miss by LeBron.
Looked like he was maybe showboating a little bit. That fadeaway, really no reason for it.
Back to Wade. It's taken away by Smith. Irving dishes to James. Ahead. And he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion. So he'll head to the free throw line. They get Hassan Whiteside.
Heat foul. Hassan Whiteside.
Well, Clark, a bit of a down year shooting-wise for Kyrie Irving last season.
Yeah, it sure was, and you heard some sources within the Cavs organization questioning his leadership, too. I mean, the chemistry in Cleveland, not really where it needed to be, kind of a mess all season, quite honestly. And Irving is still young and has a lot on his shoulders, and maybe started to show some of the frustration with the expectations and demands that have been placed on him. But now, you know, as he continues to grow as a leader, having LeBron James there and some other veterans who've come in should really help smooth that out for the young standout.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Whiteside. And Josh McRoberts subbed in for Chris Bosh. Cleveland also making some changes. Shumpert comes in for James. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for J.R. Smith. And for Irving, a chance to learn from the best player in the world. On winning more games, I think it'll really help his development as a player and a leader, too.
That's guaranteed.
McRoberts, the pass to Wade. Second chance shot. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
James Jones, he's checked in for Cleveland.
Josh McRoberts, a pretty unique player. 6'10" power forward who's an outstanding passer and quality shooter from range. But he's not without weaknesses. He could be a better rebounder and maybe a better defender for a player with his size and athleticism.
Here's Dellavedova. Shoots off the screen. Hits the front of the rim and out. Left side down. And Haslem kicks to McRoberts. Haslem dishes to Dragic. Outside Dang. Shot clock at 6. And it's Dragic off the drive. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And McRoberts' rebounding rate has declined every season in the NBA, and that's 6 straight seasons. To a rate last season that's unacceptable for a guy of his size. I mean, he's got to find a way to make a bigger impact on the glass.
And McRoberts, a starter in his time in Charlotte. His shooting provided spacing for locker room presence Big Al Jefferson to operate inside. Signed by the Miami Heat this offseason, Clark, just before LeBron's decision.
And Kevin, his game certainly would have been a compliment to LeBron's, but any team can use a big man who can pass and shoot. And with his athleticism, he still has some upside.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, it just seems there's something about lefties. I mean, whether it's Ginobili, James Harden, or the Dragon, that's Goran Dragic. defenders seem to have a tough time getting on that left hand of those kinds of players and don't typically adjust well to keeping those guys out of the